Okay, we got a fish, got a fish. This could be our brook trout. It's up to me now to do the netting. Here we go.
West Virginia is renowned for being an adventure seeker's paradise. And if you love animals, they have no shortage of wild and wonderful species. Brave Wilderness usually puts focus on the state's many reptiles and amphibians, but recently we featured what is arguably its most iconic fish, West Virginia's very own golden rainbow trout. This selectively bred color variation may be beautiful, but truth be told, it's not a native species. In fact, the only native trout species to claim residence in the mountain state is the brook trout. Catching these elusive fish can be very difficult, so we have teamed up with a skilled fly fishing guide from Smoke Hole Outfitters.
Josh tells me he's pretty confident that with just in a few casts, he's gonna have one of these fish. I'm certainly looking forward to getting up close for the cameras what they consider a true jewel of the West Virginia rivers. All right, a couple more miles to go, and then we're fishing.
We hiked several miles to an iconic hotspot for these fish, known as Seneca Falls. The deep, turbulent water creates a high level of oxygenation, and dark, rocky outcrops provide countless hiding spots for these fish. In short, this is the ideal habitat for finding these native trout.
Man, he has got one heck of a cast. Pretty cool to watch his art form, fly fishing. If there's any chance of us landing a brook trout today, it's gonna be him doing it. I don't even know how to fly fish. With a normal fishing pole, there's no way I'd catch one of these fish.
Fly fishing is simply defined as an angling method that uses a lightweight lure called an artificial fly to catch fish. Its origin is ancient, and the art form has been around for centuries, but reached a cultural popularity in the late 1800s. Today it is more popular than ever, and anglers travel the world hoping to land their next prize fish.
You got one.
Our first fish of the day is a rainbow trout, and while the species is non-native, our particular catch is considered a wild-born fish based on its small size. I consider this a good start to the day because it means the fish are biting.
Whoa, look at that little guy. That's so beautiful.
A large percentage of fly fishermen believe in the catch and release method. This iconic pastime is not necessarily about landing a meal. It's more about being lost in a contemplative moment with nature and an exciting interaction with these stunning fish.
Brook trout are incredibly skittish, which means the second they see something near the water, they will dive down deeper and hide beneath the crevices and underneath rocks or right up against the sides of rocks. So this truly is an art form. When it comes to landing this native species here in West Virginia, a lot more difficult than it looks, trust me, a lot more difficult. Oh, almost. Big brook trout right in that back corner. Just hit our fly a second ago. Actually, the fish was so big it took the fly, so hopefully we're gonna get a second chance at it. They're out there. Just like any rod and reel fishing, fly fishing is all about the patience. A little bit of persistence and eventually it will pay off. Okay, we got a fish, got a fish. Think it's a brookie? This could be our brook trout. Here we go. It's up to me now to do the netting. Yes, yes. Got it. Yes! We got it! Brook trout, buddy! Woo! We have got a brook trout. All right, guys, we have done it. We have caught a brook trout, the only native trout species here in West Virginia. But here's something that you probably didn't know. The brook trout isn't actually a trout technically. It is a part of the char family. But without question, this is a true gem of the West Virginia rivers. Look at all those spots. Pink surrounded in blue. That marbling is called vermiculation, and it provides them with perfect camouflage beneath these cold water environments. When it comes to size, the males do get larger than the females. They can grow up to nearly 2 feet in length. It's tough to tell whether this is a male or a female at this size. I would guess it's likely a female. During breeding season, the males will actually get this really distinct bright coloration on their bellies. That's during the spawning season. Take a look at those eyes. Big bulbous eyes. These fish have incredible eyesight. I would consider this a diurnal predator, which means that they're hunting under the light of day, waiting for something to fall onto the surface of the water, and then they, like a muscular missile, rocket to the surface, grasp onto their prey, and they've got a meal. When I look into the jaws of that fish, those are pretty sharp little teeth for such a formidable predator. And they will take down any small invertebrates that they come across. Freshwater shrimp, crayfish, or the larva of any insect species makes a great meal. Now, because of the fast flows of water that these fish live within, there's a high level of oxygen. So in a body of water that's completely still, the fish have to keep moving to pass that water over the gills. But these fish can actually stay in one spot and let the water flow through naturally. They love cold water, and trust me, this water is very, very cold. Well, there's no question about it. Today was certainly an epic day. Big thanks to Smoke Hole Outfitters for leading the expedition into the backcountry of West Virginia, where we were finally able to find and catch its beautiful state fish, the one and only brook trout. I'm Coyote Peterson. Be brave, stay wild. We'll see you on the next adventure.
Our brilliantly speckled brook trout may not have been the biggest fish, but what it lacked in size, it made up for with an elegant beauty. If you would like to try your luck at landing West Virginia state fish, all you need to do is purchase a basic fishing license. However, finding the perfect spot to cast your fly is a challenge unto its own. I recommend contacting Smoke Hole Outfitters. Their guides know the rivers better than anyone, and your experience is guaranteed to be an adventure you will never forget. Hey Coyote Pack, if you thought the brook trout was amazing, make sure to go back and watch my encounter with this glimmering beauty, the golden rainbow trout. And don't forget, subscribe and join memberships so you can lead alongside me and the crew on our next wild adventure.